on Coleman. Count on Coleman. If your world is looking strange, you can count on Coleman for change.
Hi, Baton Rouge, especially District 10, the best district that I know. Just so grateful to be here today. I say welcome to Coleman Cares podcast, where we do our best to educate people. And so today I have the privilege to have with us a gentleman that you all have all rode with. Yes, Mr. Theo Richards. It's either one, whatever you want to call, but I know him by Theo. And so the CATS, Capital Area Transit System, one that many of, I know my constituents make great use of. We don't even want to imagine what it would look like not to have CATS rolling. And so, welcome, Mr. Theo.
Good morning, and thank you, Councilwoman Coleman, for having me here this morning to talk about what we have going on at CATS in our community.
Yes, indeed. And so let's begin, get right on into this by you telling us what are some of the most significant services, improvements, or expansions that CATS has implemented recently.
So as you are aware, Councilwoman Coleman, CATS, we are the regional transit authority here in Baton Rouge, providing 23 fixed routes, as well as our paratransit service and our microtransit service in the city of Baker. We're really excited about the expansion and the growth that we've had over the past 2 years, most particularly dealing with our comprehensive operational analysis. 2 years ago, we were afforded an opportunity to take a look at our current system and see how we could build efficiencies with the service and the ridership that we had. Unfortunately, on July 5th, we implemented the first of 3 phases of that comprehensive operational analysis, ensuring that our customers had reliable and on-time service.
Wow, and that is of utmost importance. You know, a lot of the calls you get is talking about the reliability, the on time, and so that's definitely great to know that buses are running on time and that there are some things that are in place to make sure that we are just more efficient.
Yes.
And I do know that because of some changes that is a work in progress, maybe in some areas. So talk to me about how CATS balance ridership demands with the budget and operational constraints that we're facing.
So CATS has been afforded an opportunity to receive a millage, which is a dedicated property tax to sustain the organization, our operational cost. And with those dollars, we've been entrusted to ensure that what we're putting out there is not only beneficial for the community, but most importantly for our riders. So we use a lot of data, not only from our ridership internally, but from the community, where we see opportunities with infrastructure being built, where we see an opportunity to partner with different stakeholders to ensure that every dollar that CATS receives is being used to the best of its ability.
And when we talk about, you mentioned the community, and that is of utmost importance because that's where CATS roll throughout our communities. And so also you all are involved in some of the things in our community, some of the activities that go on. So share with our listening audience how you all are just so intricate in our communities.
So our responsibility is not only transporting our customers on a daily basis, but it's also to be a good partner with our community stakeholders. So for instance, we just finished partnering with the Council on Aging at their Healthy Living Conference.
Wow.
Ensuring that we were there for both days, giving our information about not only our current system, but our paratransit service as well.
And I saw you all there. Talk about paratransit for those persons out there that may not know what that is.
So paratransit is our CATS on Demand service. It's a door-to-door service that we are required to provide. So for instance, if an individual cannot access a bus stop physically, they can apply for the service. It's $1.75 per ride, and a van will pick up them at their door and take them to their destination.
Wow. Yeah, that's better than Uber, y'all. Yes, indeed. That's good stuff there. And so, and it's being, it's successful. It's well used. It's
yes,
all of that.
Yes, ma'am. We just had a meeting the other day looking over our numbers from 2024. This time last year, we were averaging about 7,000 trips on our paratransit service. This month alone, we're almost at 10,000 trips with our paratransit. And these are individuals who most likely could not access a route, right? So we're taking them to work, we're taking them to doctor's appointments, we're taking them to church, making sure that they still have access to public transportation.
Wow, that's amazing. When we talk about all of this, I know that technology feeds into it. And so share with the listening audience about technology, the how is it helping to improve your ridership, your rider's experience, all of that. Just talk to us about that technology.
Well, technology is ever evolving.
Yes.
And we've made an investment to increase our technology footprint. We've recently, a couple of years back, installed a AVL, which is an automatic vehicle locationing device on our vehicles through Avail. So from your Google Play or your iPhone app, you can download My Stop, the My Stop app, and it'll show you in real time where that vehicle is, if it's running behind, if it's on time. Not only can you look and see where your vehicle is, you can also buy a bus pass from that My Stop app, or you can plan your trip. Most people say, well, I don't know how to ride cats.
Yes.
Well, just download the My Stop app. You put your beginning address and your end address, and it's going to tell you step by step and what vehicle to catch at what time to catch to get to your destination.
As much riding as I do, I may need to download that app again. What's the name of that app?
It is My Stop.
My Stop. My Stop. Yeah, I may park and then download My Stop and get all around this city as we're doing. And I do know that you are partnering with even some of the educational institutions to assist them that they're on the bus route, but they may not have transportation. Right. And so I do know that some have reached out to you regarding that.
Yes, ma'am. I like to tell people we're not a solution for all, but we're a solution for some. And we've been partnering with not only Superintendent Cole with the EBR school system, we've also been partnering with BRCC, Southern University, to ensure that those who need transportation at least has the information on how to access it, and then most importantly, know that it's safe and reliable and on time. And
then I also know that with these students that have to ride the bus, that you all really send staff to, tell them how to do, what to do, and making them more comfortable with this. New stuff kind of make you a little nervous there, but staff has come and they don't leave until those students thoroughly understand how it is and what they need to do. I am just grateful there. And let's talk about sustainability in transit. What steps CATS is taking toward cleaner, greener operation?
So we've been afforded an opportunity to invest in electric vehicles. We have over 15 electric buses that we have in our fleet overall of about 65. And with those vehicles, we've been award recipients with the Louisiana Clean Fuels organization, ensuring that we're being good stewards, we're lowering emissions. And I tell you, if you hadn't had a chance to ride one of those electric vehicles, they're really quiet, they're really green, and it's a great fit for our organization.
And tell them you don't mean the color of CATS bus is green. Talk to them about what green means.
Going green means making sure that we're watching our emissions that we put out. We have over 65 vehicles in our fleet, so we want to make sure that we're being good stewards with the climate, considering that we're here in Baton Rouge, making sure that every vehicle that we put out on a daily basis has the needs and necessary and the means necessary to have that green and climate friendly vehicle.
And what about the population that's disabled? What do you all what do you see? What you're doing to assist that population with being able to ride the bus?
So all of our vehicles are ADA accessible, even our fixed route buses. So if you're in a wheelchair, the operator simply let the rep down and you can board the bus. We also have our Cats on Demand, which is our paratransit service, which is a door-to-door service. But I really want to stress that our vehicles are all ADA accessible. So
Yes.
Please don't fear not riding a bus because you're in a wheelchair or you have some type of mobility issues. We have something for everyone.
Yes, indeed. And so we are here to serve the community, to get them from one end of the parish to the other. Share how far you go in your routes, where you're starting or here in Baton Rouge, and then how far up you go.
At CATS, we have over 250 dedicated employees, making sure that we have service out 7 days a week. Our span of services are typically about 17 hours, starting at as early as 5 in the morning and going to 10 p.m. at night.
Wow.
7 days a week. I tell folk we go as far as Baker to downtown, to the city of St. George, Seagan area, and to O'Neill. So we're covering a large span of not only Baton Rouge, but the greater Baton Rouge population. And we're looking to see how can we continue to grow and potentially be a more regional service provider, not only providing service for our customers in the city of Baton Rouge, but as well as our neighboring parishes.
Wow. Wow. And what will have to happen in order for that to happen?
It's going to take investment. It's going to take, continue those conversations with the individuals, the stakeholders in that community, giving them an opportunity to understand what transit is and what it looks like in their community, right? A 35-foot bus may not be the solution for, say, the city of Denham Springs. But our micro-transit service, which is a on-demand service similar to an Uber or Lyft that we're currently providing in the city of Baker, we've seen that solution grow leaps and bounds for that community. So we're really looking at how do we customize service for smaller communities, but then also making sure that we take care of home, which is the city of Baton Rouge and the city of Baker, because our riders, 9 out of 10 of them use transit because they have no other means of transportation.
And you've said something there. The majority of the people that ride the buses have no other means. And then you have a small population of folk that park their cars and ride the buses. And so it's there for everyone, And, I guess I could have begun this with them telling the public just a little bit about who you are and how long you've been on this journey here at CATS. The great thing about when you haven't been too long, then you've got a opportunity to grow and go with the organization as well as yourself.
Yes, ma'am, and thank you for asking me that. I moved to Baton Rouge in 2003 to attend the Southern University and landed up at CATS in 2011.
Wow.
2011, I was managing the bus terminal right there at 22nd in Florida. I tell folk I've done everything except drive a bus.
Yes.
Literally, I've mopped the floors, I've given out information to customers on how to access their routes, but most importantly, you along with the other commissioners afforded me an opportunity 2 years ago to step into this seat as Chief Executive Officer for Capital Area Transit System. And I can tell you I've just been so grateful to work alongside such a dedicated group of folk at CATS. I tell you, the average tenure of an employee there is between 10 to 15 years. We have some that's celebrating 30, 40 years. And it is truly a career. It is truly a service that we provide that we do not take lightly, that we know that connects people to truly what matters for them.
Wow. When we talk about employees, how many employees? See, I love for folk out there to know what everybody's bringing to the table. So you're employing folk. So how many employees approximately you all have there at CATS?
We have over 250 employees. That ranges from a custodian to a bus driver to a mechanic, because some people don't realize we do all our repairs in-house. We have a dedicated team of mechanics. We have administrative staff, but a majority of our employees are our frontline employees. Those are the individuals that when you get on a bus, you see them smiling and welcoming you to CATS.
And with that spurred another question about, them smiling and whatever. So I'm sure you all do training and professional development with your bus drivers. These are some of the first faces that folks see when they get on that bus. So talk to me about the professional development and the training that your employees receive.
So I'm a big advocate in investing in our own. And that means, not only giving folk an opportunity to learn and grow in the agency, but also giving them the tools and resources necessary to get there. So we offer customer service training for all our employees, top down. That includes myself.
Yes.
We offer refresher trainings. We do travel training where we take our operators out to really see how they're connecting community, right? I tell folk, when you come and work at CATS, let's say you're going to be an operator, you're in 6 weeks of intensive training, 6 weeks of paid intensive training. That you're not only learning how to drive that bus, but you're learning how to be the best customer service ambassador or advocate for the agency. I tell people all the time, I can teach you how to drive a bus. I can't teach you how to be good people. So I'd much rather hire someone who has a heart, has passion, has that smile and drive for connecting people to truly what matters.
I like also the fact that the commissioners have been asked to get on that bus and ride so that they can get a feel for that. And that was done not long ago. I tell folk, I grew up riding CATS. The city bus was what they called it. And so especially when we had to come from Choctaw Drive down here to McKinley Middle, McKinley High, Perkins Elementary, we had to ride the bus. So I know about pulling that cord on that bus and then being ready to get off. But the opportunity was afforded to those other, all of the commissioners. And so I know that they came away with a new awareness of what the riders experience, because they were talking about it at our committee meetings.
Yes, I encourage all our stakeholders, young and old, to try transit. There's this thought or false narrative that transit, and particularly CATS, is not safe, it's not clean, and it is completely the opposite. We have a dedicated crew that cleans all our vehicles at every night. We have a very low to no incidents on our vehicles when it comes to violence. So what you're referring to, trying transit, it's what I encourage people to do. You may not need it right now, but just try it. Try it for yourself, and truly get an understanding of A, what's working, and B, what could be better.
Yes.
We're not perfect, but we're always willing to receive feedback. We're always willing to partner with our community stakeholders to continue to grow and really put service where it's needed in Baton Rouge.
And when you talk about that feedback, what's in place for them to be able to give that feedback?
There are a number of ways in which you can reach us. You can give us a call at 389-8282. You can also visit our website, www.brcats.com, where you can submit your feedback or your questions, as well as our number of social media platforms. We're on X, we're on Facebook, and we're on Instagram. We review those messages daily, and then we take that feedback and we make modifications when necessary.
And then I've witnessed, some folk come to our meetings. And what I like about it, if they come with concerns, then we have a conversation with them at that time, one-on-one, and the issues that they have are definitely addressed at that time. And then we've also, they're not all issue related, but even some recommendations that they make, and that definitely to be considered. Now, also there are some bus benches that's out there. So talk to the public about these bus benches and where we are in that process and what they can expect.
Thank you for asking that. So at CATS, we suffer the same issues that everyone suffers in the community, one being accessibility, right? So we made a commitment with the dollars that you guys approved for us to make all of our bus stops ADA accessible. And what that means is that at bare minimum, there will be a 5x9 bus pad, so those who may have some mobility issues or just a community in general can board our buses safely. And not only are we ensuring that we have that bus pad, but where we see higher ridership, we're putting bus benches, our bus amenities such as a bench and a trash can, or even a shelter if that stop requires it. So this is a 5-year process that we've taken on, but as of this year, we've made we'll be making over 170 of our stops ADA accessible, some having those bus benches and some having the shelters as well.
Wow. So covered, just being covered, that's great. And that means that those with disabilities are definitely their needs are definitely being addressed. And so I'd just like to appeal to the public to come and see what's going on and just see how CAT's operating. If you don't want to ride the bus, come and go over to the terminal there on 22nd Street, make some constructive criticisms if you see some, but also be in a position of acknowledging some good stuff that's going on there at CATS. And so I know that a lot of work is going on and being put into CATS.
Yep.
And we still, it's a continuous, it's definitely continuous. And so that's the great thing about having young minds and then those that are not so young. And then, as one of the other persons talked about, that two-way love affair, and that is where you share with each other about how we can better CATS, because that's what it's all about. Talking about a better Baton Rouge, that entails a better CATS, a better Council on Aging, better libraries, better all. On November 15th, we will be voting on the what they're calling the Thrive, but I want to remind folk, do not look for the word Thrive on that ballot. It will be Council on Aging, it will be mosquito abatement, it will be libraries, where you're going to vote yes or no. And so on that particular day, which is November 15th, CATS is helping out, collaborating, doing their part. So share with the public what it is that you'll be doing.
So on November 15th, we will be waiving bus fares. We know sometimes transportation is the barrier to access, right? And we want to make sure that if you need to get out and vote, and you're taking a CATS bus, that your fare will be waived that day, and provide you direct service to where you need to go to. It's our responsibility as the transit authority here in Baton Rouge to make sure that we're breaking any barriers necessary for our community. So on November 15th, all bus fares for the fixed route service will be waived, so you can get to your polling station safely.
And so I say, dovetail on that, no excuse. It's no excuse for you all not getting up and going out to vote. And so free rides, and then there are other entities that are also providing free rides. I also know that Congressman Fields had the register to vote up there at Southern University at the homecoming there, and always that's ongoing. And so it's no excuse for us not to get up and go out. And, so often they think about just the older population, but there's a push now for the young people to be involved in this process. And so that is of utmost importance. So remember, on November 15th, CATS is providing free rides to the polls. So wheresoever you go, free rides to the polls on November 15th. So is there anything else that you'd like to tell the listening audience that about CATS, about whatever? This your time.
Again, I want to thank the community for trusting us to provide this essential service. Last year, we provided over 1.4 million trips, and we see that number continuing to grow. We know we have a right and responsibility to provide adequate and efficient service for the community. We're really excited about our North Transit Center, which will be open in February. It's our first brick and mortar structure that we've had built probably I'd say in 30 years.
Wow.
And it's going to be adjacent to the LSU Hospital off Airline, giving our customers, again, that opportunity to safely enjoy while they're transferring to another bus or another route. So we have a lot of projects coming up through the pipeline. I encourage you to come out and participate. You guys, Commissioner Coleman, you meet every third Tuesday at 4:30.
Yes,
that is a public meeting where you can come out, not only hear about what we're doing, we go over our financial projections for the remaining of the year, but most importantly, that's where you can come out, provide your public comment. Again, that's every third Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. at 350 North Donmore Avenue.
So you all heard it. No excuse. Free rides. Come to the meeting, get information. Come to the meeting and share. And so I say to you, as we close, we want to remind you to like, share, and subscribe here for Coleman Cares, and we want to thank you for joining us today. And it's very important that you get information, people. That's what make you grow and go. Get information and get it from the right place too. That is of utmost important. And so I say to you out there to always remember that Coleman cares.
Count on Coleman. Count on Coleman. If your world is looking strange, you can count on Coleman for change.